Gentlemen, so today we have a build that allows us to throw grenades with big boy damage, as well as have a bossing weapon that literally just makes us turn our brains off and not even think about playing the game anymore. This is pretty fun in my opinion, and I think this is going to be pretty an interesting concoction of a setup. Alright, so you're gonna have to hear me out a good bit because this is some sort of concoction. But for starters, we rock with this just for the gun damage. We use deft hands for the increased fire rate. We don't care about piece breaker, trust me. We want this. This is our big boy, the Bullet Buddy Deluxe. This is what Mo's wish he had in BL3, bro. This is the big boy, the cream of the crop of this build when it comes to general mobbing or even in our bossing case. That you just have unlimited bullets for 8 seconds. And if you don't know, nice little tip for those who don't know, when your 8 seconds is up, you can immediately pop it back to get like an extra couple seconds. I think you overall have like maybe like 15 seconds like throughout that whole time. It's really nice. We're using this for a little bit of health whenever we get kills. We use this for just damage from all sources, depending if our shields are full. But I mean, we're using Torgue stuff left and right, so that result may vary. We want to absolutely use Barrage for the increased splash damage. I want to try and work some things to maybe do an updated build to get some more splash damage. But for now, we're just rocking with a base 35. We're only using Devil May Care for the health regen and maybe a little bit movement speed, even though like you are moving a lot. It's not really the main focus. The main focus is just endlessly spraying and just getting nades left and right. Which brings us to confetti. I have a +3 from a mod, which gives us a 64% bonus damage. And because we're using our grenade so much, as well as like technically a Tedior weapon with rainbow vomit, we're getting our projectile damage, and we have a little bit in bonus incendiary damage, which is also doubled because of our fire pot. Why are we on green tree? Literally just for the bonus damage. It stacks. It's very minimal, but I mean, gun damage is gun damage. And for our blue tree, increased fire rate, even with or overdrive, even more fire rate, and we have 63% of a Reba, 4 with the class mod. This is where the 14 seconds you don't really notice, because you're going to be getting so many kills and you just see so many stupid explosions going on that like next thing you know, you suddenly have a nade, or if you don't have a nade, it'll just be like within like maybe 2-3 seconds. So it's all like whatever, really. Alrighty, let's talk weapons. You don't really need much. You only need one main weapon for bossing, and that would be the Chaosin. And preferably with the Torgue Sticky Mag, you get the +4% just for the increased damage, because more damage equals happiness. This is really like the must-have in terms of bossing. Everything else is kind of whatever you want. I like to run around with a rainbow vomit with corrosive incendiary shock, and what also is really cool, mine came with a Tedior license, so I can just chuck out whenever I'm reloading, and then that, you know, even more splash damage explosions. Though I will say be careful, because you will kill yourself if you aren't careful, especially pair with our class mod. For our rep kit, I am particularly using the shiny war paint. It's not my best one. I am looking to see if I can get one with a fire rate to amp up the fire rate even more. But I'm mainly using this just for extra fire rate, as well as whenever I get damage after the timer wears off, I get the reduction time by 2 seconds. It's actually pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. However, some honorable mentions are a triple bypass with a fire rate, or if you want, you can use, I forget what it's called, but I know you can farm it from Rock and Roller. I'll find a picture or something to show you. Or if you somehow have one, a legendary rep kit with, say, a rep cooldown time or fire rate, or rep cooldown time and ordnance cooldown. Very nice. And to make it even cooler, make sure it's an order one, so that way you can get 2 rep kits as opposed to just the one. For our class mod, we're using the grenade zerker because of the main perk where whenever we throw a grenade or a TDR gun, we throw an extra one, and because we're using grenades and our vomit is a TDR now, we're just throwing 2 nades, which is amping our damage. For our shield, we're using fireworks just for the sake of literally having more explosion chaos going on, which is always fun. I am trying to like see what other options that I can use, but as far as I'm concerned, the fireworks seems to be just the best one for me. And the main star of the show, fire pot. I particularly have the atomic, not the atomic one, which comes with nuke, which gives us both the increased damage and damage radius. And yeah, you do get a higher cooldown time because of that. However, with the way our ordnance is already set up, with the cooldown time off rip as well as already mobbing, those 14 seconds don't really mean anything, trust me. And for our enhancements, don't sleep on the purple enhancements. Yeah, we're not focusing on the main perk, we're focusing on what the extra bonuses we get, which mine came with gunfire rate, gun status effect, and gun mag. This is really nice for just endlessly spraying, especially in like a mobbing case where you just wanna like keep it going, just like endlessly go crazy with it. And to end things off, we're going to be talking about our firmware. We're using bullets to spare 3-piece for the extra gun fire rate, as well as the 20% mag, which also helps out with our 50% mag on our enhancement, as well as a 2-piece gadget ahoy for the increased damage and increased cooldown duration, which is also really nice with our fire pots, because even with the 14 second, or hell, even with say like our 9-second one, but we're just gonna like be chucking these joints left and right, which is really nice. But with all that being said, this pretty much wraps up the setup and everything. I'm gonna let a little bit of the gameplay play in the back so you can get more of a better idea of how I'm using this set, and if you like it, cool. If you don't, oh, okay, oh well. Anyway, y'all have a great day, and yeah, get out. I'm going to stop you right there, big bruh. We almost forgot the specializations. It's not optimized by any means, but for now we're using sturdy stuff just to stay and fight for your life longer by being still. We're using full spectrum arsenal for the increased ordnance damage as well, so on top of what we already have, the stupidness of this, like whenever we get gun stuff going on, is insane. We're also using contamination. It's not what I would really want, considering we're using a vomit, so we're already going to be giving everything status effect, but this is just what we have. And we absolutely have now with caffeine for the sake of, like, if we need to, we can just have our action skill, like, instantly. I do want to try and go for, like, a fragmentation payload whenever I get gadget to the 20, so I can see what the how fair the crit version of the fire pod does. But yeah, just wanted to throw that in there because I genuinely forgot.
You got plenty of metals, but no guys.
See, I wanted to stay away from that. I was tripped out, bro. I was like, hold on.
Yeah. Fucking love that goddamn thing. Space laser ain't even like anything for my build. It's just so good though.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's got such a long recharge, which it should. I mean, it's so powerful.
Yeah. Bye-bye.